Good morning from a beautiful sunny Lanzarote Sunday morning. As you can see, we're at Famara Beach. We've come down here to do a bit of a hike along the bottom of the Famara cliffs there. Loads of activity down here, still relatively early, but all the surf dudes are down and dudesses and getting their gear out, ready to spend the day enjoying the famous Famara surf. Known as the Hawaii of Europe, this area. And we're going to take you on our walk with us, and then we'll pop into Teguise market on the way back to Aria. So welcome along. Famara is a very well patrolled beach, as you can see. Jet ski and a vehicle there. There's a bunch of trainee surfers limbering up before they're shown what to do. The beach is looking good. So there's surf here at Famara pretty much every day. It's actually quite a safe place to learn to surf because it's shallow a long way out. So when you do, as you inevitably will, crash and burn, you can just stand up and get back on your board. Town of Famara in the background there. And across the way here you can see the island of La Graciosa. Famara was Manrique's, well, I was going to say favourite place, perhaps not one of his favourite places on the island. As a child, his father had a home here, like a holiday home really, they used to come down to for the summers when he was growing up in Arrecife, and he was involved in the design and build of those bungalows there, known on the island as the Norwegian bungalows. So built on land owned by Norwegian people. And we're going to walk along the beach now for what, couple of kilometres, Jules?
Yeah, it's 4 in total, isn't it? But we started sort of in the middle. So
okay. And see what we find interesting on the path once we get off the beach. That far end of the beach there is where the kite surfers go. Can't see any kites up at the moment, but I'm sure there will be later. Got a group of surfers learning down here, and what they do is practice on the boards on the ground, on the beach, so you can kind of learn the positions you need to adopt once you get into the water. So that's what they're doing now. Julie and I did a session with them a few years ago and learned how to surf. Neither of us were particularly good, were we?
No, I couldn't get on my feet.
I managed it, but not the most.
You lost a toenail in the process.
I did lose a toenail in the process. But it was good fun, and at least we've done it, and we know what it's like. I actually love boogie boarding with the smaller boards. Some quite nice waves coming in here now. I didn't bring my board, that was a mistake, wasn't it? Oh, nearly. We've walked a couple of K now, and we're just coming towards the end of Famara Beach. We started a little of the way down. I quite like this idea, the kite to identify where your kit is, where your gear is. We're bang on high tide at the moment. It's well, high tide's 11:19 and it's currently 11:09, which is why the beach is quite thin here. Normally it's a bit deeper at this end than you're seeing currently. So we're going to get to the end of the beach there ahead of us, and then join a track, and we'll take you with us. We've come up from the beach now, and we're going to join this track and keep going in the same direction we've been walking in. There's an interesting story behind this. The Famara cliffs are actually full of water, and what happens is that when rain falls on the top of them, it seeps down through the limestone and sits in a huge underground lake, and the water is very clean and pure because it's been filtered. In the 50s there was a massive project to try and find a way to tap into that water, and they built galleries using dynamite, blasted into the cliffs with it, and we've been in them. Fascinating places, and they found the water, sure enough. And I think from memory they got as far as beginning to build the pipeline which would have piped that water into Famara and then across from Famara into Arrecife. But at that time the plan for the desalination plant in Arrecife was given the green light, and it was felt it would be too expensive to continue with that project. So the water's still there, remains there, and every few years there's a group of people who resurrect that idea of tapping the natural water of the Famara cliffs. We've reached where we want to get to. We're about 2.5 to 3k from where we started. I'll just do a bit of zooming into La Graciosa for you. And we're sort of almost under the cliffs now. And you can see there's a cutout there. I'm not sure I didn't mess up the zooming there, but anyway, there's a cutout there which is actually a path that goes from here all the way around the cliffs to Mirador del Rio. And we've done that a couple of times, but a few years ago, and it's kind of fallen into disrepair, and there's sections of it now which I really wouldn't even think about tackling.
Landslides, isn't there?
Yeah, without harnesses and stuff like that, which is a bit of a shame because it's a fantastic walk and you get unbelievable views of La Graciosa going around the corner. But I don't think it's one we'll be doing again in the near future until or if it's repaired. As you can see, beautiful view of the town of Famara, and around the corner La Santa from up here in our slightly elevated position. So we're going to head back down the track to the car now, and then we'll take you along to Teguise Market to see how that's been getting on as it's gradually expanded again over the last few months. We've come up to Teguise now, and as you can see, the weather's just getting better and better. We've parked in these sort of back streets, and we're going to head down into the market and see what's going on there for you. Lots of people in town enjoying this sunshine with beers.
Yeah. What's on?
Now, in pre-pandemic times, the market was mainly centred around this square, the Plaza de León is. But since it reopened after the COVID lockdown, it's moved to another part. As you can see, still loads of people come here to enjoy Teguise itself and all the restaurants on a Sunday. And here we are at the market. It's on 2 levels now. On the lower level here you've got lots of clothes and handbags and all that kind of stuff, and then you go up a level to where you can see the windmill sails behind, and that's where you've got the food stalls and crafty stalls and stuff like that. As you can see, super busy again today, and in fact there were loads of coaches parked in the entrance to town when we came in. So sadly our favourite tapas place here, the Pinchos shop there, doesn't have any tables, and there's a queue of people waiting to go and enjoy it. So we're going to walk around the corner here and see where else we can find for a tapa and a caña, which is well earned after this morning's walk. So from a bustling and buzzy Teguise, all that remains is for me to wish you a great weekend, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.